Hello, nerds, and welcome back to a fantastic game of Civilization 6, a game that I'm super happy we play today because, of course, we're playing as Scotland, who scales greatly on happiness and amenities. There's a few things to be happy about this spawn. Of course, we have two unique luxury resources nearby, as well as a camp. Now, tier themselves do not provide any amenities because it's only a bonus resource, but our camp does give us access to a particular wonder that is very, very beneficial for Scotland, the Temple of Artemis, which gives 4 food and 3 housing in the capital, but it also provides an additional amenity for every camp, pasture, and plantation improved within 4 tiles of this wonder. It has to be placed next to a camp, so this deer tile will end up giving us access to a whole bunch of extra amenities. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 amenities just visible to us right now. Stepping my warrior up here, I can reveal a little bit more of the land nearby, and actually we do see a couple of 2 food, 2 production tiles, which will be great for our capital. I don't want to settle in place because that will move the woods tile on this grassland hill, which means I only have 2 food and 1 production in the capital. And it also removes one of our chops, which should be useful for getting our wonder here. So instead, I should either step to settle on the copper to be close to these spices, or I could step to settle on this plains hill. Both of those are turned to settles. This will give us additional 2 gold in the capital, but I value 1 production more than I do 2 gold, given that 1 production is roughly equal to 4 gold per turn. It also keeps all these 2 food to production tiles in our first ring or the second, exactly what we need to get our capital rolling, as well as a high food tile right here. Let's go ahead and settle the capital right here. I'm going to focus food and production to make sure that we're getting the most out of the tiles that we're working. And I'm going to go for a scout to open up this game. We can tech into animal husbandry because revealing horses really shows a lot of good selling locations because horses make good workable tiles. We're going to step up this way, and it's Hattusa, the first meat, +1 science in the capital, as well as +1 science in every single library that we build. It also gives us access to strategic resources that we do not have access to. So Hattusa here tells us 2 things. 1, campuses will be good this game, as well as we could also guarantee access to any strategic resource, meaning war later on in the game could be pretty useful. A barbarian camp has spawned right next to us. That's actually okay because I can send a slinger down here to get a kill for archery, to try to boost archery to get the Temple of Artemis a little bit faster. We also have a goodie out here, fantastic. And 1,000-year flood, 10 tiles fertilized, holy crap. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 7 tiles here. That means the 3 of these tiles got double fertilized. Yo, look at the yields up here. Okay, settling up here could be really useful for us. We have at least 3 food, 1 production tile, a 3 food, 2 production tile. I might want to settle a little bit further away, so I'm not stealing too many tiles from the cap, or I could just settle directly in place right here. That feels amazing. I'll grab this. The boost to military tradition is nice. Usually it's boosted by clearing a barb camp, which I was planning on doing anyway, but that is a-okay. Hattusa also wants us to boost bronze working, which is killing through barbarians, so we could actually get some pretty early envoys into Hattusa by attacking this barb clan. So I think after this scout, I'm gonna go straight for that slinger, and then we'll probably try to get a second scout at some point. Scotland does have a unique scout, which happens very late, which is kind of the problem. Scotland has no access to any type of early era score. Golf courses happen way off in the Renaissance era, and Highlanders are way up here in the industrial era. So we need to find our own ways to get era score if we want to try to get a golden age for the classical era. Now, you don't need a golden age for the classical era, but if you can get it, you might as well, because it's just going to turn into free science or free culture. And to do that, I like getting scouts. Scouts are fantastic. Recon units get you so much era score from meeting other civs, city-states, finding wonders, good hits, all of those things. Build your scouts. However, today we're going to go Scout Slinger because of the envoys, because of the archery boost, the access to amenities that we could get, but we'll still want to get a second scout as soon as possible. There's also some good deer tiles over here. There's also, so if you use the settler lens, you can kind of scope out where other cities are. So we do know there is a city this way. I want to go meet them. It's probably a city-state, so it should be okay. And our scout's going to go down this way to explore downriver to see what else we could settle. Ah, it's Armagh, which is not a first meet, meaning that there must be another civ to their west. They also have some fantastic tiles. What the heck is that? Either there's a wonder or there was a single tile forest fire. So we'll see what that is. A first meet would have been great to get our Pantheon nice and fast, but sending them a trade route will also accomplish that. Oh, a continent split. Yo, that's fantastic. Yes. Oh, and a goody hut. Yes. Yes, Scotland, continent split, let's go. So there's two reasons why I'm excited for this continent split with Scotland. The first reason is era score, like we were talking about. Settling on a new continent will give us era score, which will help us get closer to our golden age. The other reason is that luxury resources are distributed along the map based off of continents. There are 4 unique luxuries on every continent. You can see this continent of Colombia has spices, sugar, and then there's gonna be 2 more luxury resources on this continent that we don't yet see. The continent of Nina will have 4 other luxuries. So if we settle both continents, you can get 8 unique luxuries before you even start trading with other civs, which is fantastic because we benefit a lot from amenities. Normally, when you get to +3 amenities, you are considered happy and you get a 10% boost to all of your yields. That's food, production, gold, science, culture, and faith income. When you're ecstatic, you get 20% boost. Scotland increases that even further. Happy cities receive additional 5% science and 5% production, as well as a great scientist point per campus and engineer point per industrial zone. Ecstatic cities double these amounts. That means if you can get your cities to ecstatic, your cities would generate a total of 30% science and 30% production than they would be if you had content cities. You could also be generating triple the amount of great scientists engineering points from open campuses and industrial zones, so we want to prioritize building those as much as possible. Because we already have a first meet in Hattusa, I'm going to go ahead and prioritize building campuses first this game. You could go holy sites and use the river goddess Pantheon to get amenities from putting holy sites on rivers, say right here, as well as unlock stupas for additional amenities later. So that's great for getting those additional amenities, but in my opinion, you get more scientists and engineer points if you just go straight for the scientists and engineers that you want by building the districts themselves instead of going for holy sites first. Of course, you can open up monumentality in the Help Faith build, but I am in the mood for more of a classic science game where we go campuses into commercial hubs, into industrial zones, and scale our game from there. This should be a really nice game where I show you how to play a science game. We can do another leader where we do religious science, like a Arabia, to show you how religion can boost your science games. But for now, we're gonna go straight for the meat of it, getting straight into the engineer and scientists and have some fun. So stick around for the whole video and you'll learn a thing or two about science victories. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this goody cat and get a free scout. Yo, that's huge. Free scout, awesome. Okay, now I can go for Slinger with my double scout opener and feel very good about this. There's a 2 food to production tile. We could actually settle directly on this for 1 culture in the city center, as well as to work this 2-2 tile. This is pretty far away between those cities. Maybe we'll district between these 2 cities, but we'll see. Right now, I'm trying to settle for good campus locations. I'm probably gonna put a campus here. I know that kills a cattle, but we'll see what we can do here. I am fond of pigs. Oh yes, okay, so we have horses. We got plenty of horses over this way. We also have another city-state right over here. Double marble as well. This is also looking like a good campus for this city. And ooh, there's so many good resources up here. I'm gonna go straight for writing to get these campuses down ASAP. I want to be competitive with the AI for scientists. Work in production here doesn't speed up our Slinger at all, so I'm just gonna keep the tiles worked how they are. And this guy's going to heal. So let's go ahead and meet the city-state. Cahokia, oh my goodness, that's fit. Wait, Scotland, continent splits, Hattusa, and Cahokia, which provides Cahokia mounds, which provide additional amenities. 1 amenity when you rebuild the Cahokia mound, and up to 2 amenities when you get to natural history. Yo, this is such a happy spawn. That is exciting, to say the least. Also, truffles on this continent. This is it. This is a spawn. And then I want to go ahead and fog bust the immediate area around my city so I know where to send my settler. Oh, the Congo. Nice to meet you. I'm going to try to be relatively friendly this game. Oh, his capital's right here. So I'm going to want to try to settle towards him at some point. I could send him a delegation to try to secure a little bit of a friendship here. You can see the +3 from the delegation counteracts the -3 from the first impression. So he should have a relatively good understanding of me at the start. We're gonna go for a settler. We can get +3 campus here if I forward settle Cahokia too, as well as the horses. If we wait too long, the envoys that they'll get will grow the borders of Cahokia. And they might claim these tiles. So I'm going to try to get that settled as soon as possible. It's also era score, both for the new continent as well as the campus and an additional amenity. So prioritizing this settler is pretty big. I'm gonna go up this way to see what we can find. And here comes the slinger to go ahead and help fight up here. Ooh, we found a natural wonder. This is what I mean. Scouts are very important. We were also the first to meet this wonder, giving us 3 era score, as well as meeting Jerusalem. Ooh, okay. So 2 faith city-states. This could actually be a good faith opening game. Ooh, okay, and there's 3 mountains here. There's a nice campus here. It is 3 tiles away from the capital, so it's very expensive to try to buy that. But you could, for instance, settle here for a nice campus there. We'll get our units up close. And I'm going to try to focus as much production as possible to get this settler out ASAP. This guy's almost promoted. So I'm going to go ahead and run the survey card. I want to get my scouts upgraded as soon as possible. And I'll run God King to give us a little bit of faith per turn to get our Pantheon nice and quick. I'm going to attack this guy, but I do not want to get the kill because I want him to attack the slinger. So I'm going to actually step back just because sometimes these guys are crazy and they attack the warrior. They should always attack the weakest unit, but just to be sure. We're going to go over here. We're going to keep on exploring. Yeah, honey's on this continent as well. Honey and marble. So we have a few different places that we can go. Foreign trade's already boosted. I could go for Corvée to get the production towards the Temple of Artemis, but I don't really want to go builder first. And this is already boosted, so we're going to go straight for early empire. Now, because I have the double experience card, I can actually attack this guy and go ahead and get a promotion. I'll give these guys Alpine so they can go ahead and be really effective scouts. Yep, here we are. We're going to go kill with the slinger, get the archery boost, and then come in, clearing the camp, giving us 3 era score because there's a barbarian camp within 6 tiles of one of our cities. We're already at 10 era score. We're doing fantastic. All I got to do is keep meeting more civs, which Jerusalem was not a first meet, meaning that there are civs nearby. Same thing with Cahokia. There must be civs over here. And then the Congo were probably the first meet for Armagh. Yep. Hey, they sent us a delegation back. That means the 25 gold we sent them, they sent it right back. Meaning we have a increased relationship with them at 0 cost, which is phenomenal. So this is what I mean. There's another civ right here. It's the Aztecs. We have met them. Nice to meet you. And they're the ones that met Jerusalem. Because I got that money back, I could actually go ahead and send this to them as well. Hopefully they'll end up liking us if we can send them a luxury. And then we'll get some experience on this scout as well. Looks like we have more truffles down here and dyes. So settling down in this location could actually be pretty useful for us. Though I might want to scoot over a tile to keep these pastures online for the sake of Temple of Artemis amenities. Speaking of, our Temple of Artemis will probably, I'm going to use this city overlap lens. This is a handy tool that will show us the radius of, for instance, if we build the Temple of Artemis here, we'll get amenities from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 11 amenity Temple of Artemis on that copper tile. That is absolutely amazing. That's huge. There's Band of Brunei as well, another gold city-state. So commercial hubs, again, very useful this game. I'm going to attack this guy again to try to get this promotion. And if I can get the kill, that'll be useful for the bronze working boost. Aztecs has a bunch of cities already. There's a goodie hut. That's fantastic. I'm going to send my slinger back home to escort this settler as well as do a little bit of fog busting. So I'm going to step into the rough terrain so I have 1 extra movement point and then give Alpine. Hopefully I can get that kill. It's just a little thing that could be pretty effective for us. Grab a goodie hut. Mysticism boost. I was going for a Pantheon. That's okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and grab this kill quick. That's not experience for this guy, but it is one of the kills towards bronze working, so I am happy about that. We also have access to a little bit of coast nearby, meaning we could go ahead and settle some harbors eventually to get access to certain wonders like the mausoleum, which will help us drastically when it comes to our engineer points. Now, normally when I would say, where do you send your first settler? The most important things are food and production. How productive can that city be immediately? This city, when you settle, could be working 6 food, 3 production from the start of the game. but I might want to prioritize this settle over here for the luxury, the era score, as well as locking in this early campus, because we're about to unlock that. My capital, as well as my first city, need to build a campus, and this city does not have access to a early campus. So instead, I'm going to go ahead, send them down this way. As you could guess, a golden age. It does have some production, but it might need a builder here pretty soon. I'll save up my gold to get a builder down there, but in the meantime, I need to get ready for archery. Now, most of my games, you'll see that I do what I call a 3-city opener. I immediately build 2 settlers back to back. This helps you catch up with the AI because they get 2 free settlers on deity. So the sooner you get to 3 cities, the sooner you can catch up to them, while also giving you enough time to focus on an era score to get a golden age with most civs. There are a couple exceptions to that rule. The first is if you're going for a religion, because we're going to build these holy sites, get maybe a shrine or a couple of holy site prayers to try to beat the deity AI to getting a profit. A religion, I say, is a lot like a early wonder. Because it can be sniped from you, you have to focus on it and kind of slow down your settling to try to make sure that you get that. The same thing applies to actual wonders, like the Temple of Artemis. If you try to build 3 cities, you might be able to get Temple of Artemis, or the AI might build it. So as a general rule of thumb, I like to do a 2-city opener if you go for an ancient era wonder that is important enough, like a 10 amenity Temple of Artemis for Scotland. So instead of going for another settler right away, I will be going for a builder in this city to improve a couple tiles here and prep our Temple of Artemis. The Temple of Artemis, built in the ancient era, will also be 4 era score, which will help us get to that golden age. The Temple of Artemis, as long as we build it this era, will get us to 16 era score. I think settling on a new continent is 2 era score, and then a +3 campus would be a splendid district, which is 3 era score. So that's 5 era score in this city, 4 up here. That gives us 9. So get us to 21 era score. We would need 4 more era score for a golden age, which means I need to go meet like 4 civs or find a goody hut. We met another city-state, Lahore, military city-state. That could be useful for us eventually. I want to go ahead and see if I can meet a civ over this direction. So I'm going to cross the river and try to go to the west. And then this guy, because I know there are civs by Band of Brunei and Cahokia, I'm going to go send them this way. Well, my warrior goes scouts this way. We go straight for archery to unlock that Temple of Artemis. So apparently this 4 food 2 production tile here was not a natural wonder. It was just a 1 tile forest fire. Okay, Armagh. But what that does mean is that this could actually be a nice city to try to conquer eventually, since we're not going for holy sites. Yes, there it is. There's another civ here. Blue, that could be Meier. We'll see what that means when we get there. We finally got to this tile, so we need to now settle on this marble. Fantastic. And I will be buying this tile to get the +3 campus done as soon as possible. We'll be focusing on food and production. And I would like to get this campus as well before I unlock archery and increase the price of my tiles. Now, this is the best campus, yes, but buying 1-2 tiles is very expensive. That'd be 55 plus 80. That's 135 gold to buy out to this tile. I don't have that gold. So instead, what I could do is I could just place the +2 campus right here for 55 gold, which isn't great because it kills the Temple of Artemis amenity, but I need to decide where I'll be districting. All right, so I did some thinking about how to district with all these cities, and the first thing to consider is that I do, of course, want to go for a Colosseum this game. This, of course, will give us 2 culture, but also 2 amenities to every city within 6 tiles. So if I look at a city overlap, if I build one right here, I can hit my original 2 cities as well as 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, at least 6 cities. Is a pretty good start. And we can also, of course, put that entertainment complex right here. It does kill a couple pastures, but that's okay. These will be nice for early amenities and will be removed eventually for the access to more amenities, as well as a couple of really good theater squares. We are playing a science game, but you do need access to at least 1 or 2 good theater squares, not only to get civic boosts such as natural history and opera and ballet, but also to give you a little bit of culture, which will be useful in getting you envoys and government cards and all of this kind of stuff. I will be selling the luxury that we did settle. The Aztecs will love us if we give them a luxury, as well as the additional gold will be useful here. You can see there's an Amani here placed by another player. That means it's about to go from 1 envoy to 3. So before that happens, I do want to buy this tile to make sure that I have a second workable tile in this city. In terms of districting, I'm going to go ahead my government plaza towards our 3rd city we plan to settle up here, because we have access to good commercial hubs as well as pretty good industrial zones here. I could build a dam right here, as well as an industrial zone here. And eventually this city will be able to throw a campus there next to the government plaza, and it will feel pretty decent. And I have a little bit more gold. Normally, I completely advise off of buying a second and third ring tile on the same turn. But a +3 campus here, as well as giving us access to all of these other districts, is kind of really important. Hey, we met Abraham Lincoln. There's another scientific civ in the game, in addition to this civ, who's probably Meier. And that will hurt our growth in the city because we did lose an amenity, but it's possible that we could try to buy one off of one of the other AI. We just met Lavra. That's another phase. 3 faith city-states. Okay, if you guys want to try to play this game and play with a religion, I'll leave the seed in, of course, the description, as well as in the Discord. It's like we have T up here. I'm going to go up this way. We can meet. Yes, it is the Meier. Honored to meet you. I did not send them delegations because I don't have any money right now. It's also one of the problems of spending all of your gold on tiles, but we at least should have good relationships with the Aztecs and hopefully the Congo. Hey, there we are. He's now friendly. Let's go. I mean, when your therapist said invest in relationships, I don't know if this is what they meant, but we're here. And it's the Dutch. Oh, we're meeting all the civs. This is what I mean. We just got 1, 2, 3 era score, and I know where the civs are from these scouts. Build your scouts. They're so important. Looks like the Meier are actually selling a luxury. I could get that for pretty cheap. I'm gonna go straight for Early Empire to get a governor title, probably from Magnus to help us chop for the wonder. And then I'm gonna start improving tiles with this builder. I'm gonna buy this luxury from the Meier, and the Aztecs are immediately mad about it. But that actually gets us back up to 3 production in this city. Now, even though we don't have a Pantheon yet, I'm gonna go ahead and take out God King. I'm gonna run urban planning. I'm not gonna be going for any of the competitive Pantheons this game. That'll give us an additional 1 production in both of these cities, speeding up how fast we build our campuses. 25% increase of production in the Aberdeen. And when I build the campus, I'll get the boost for state workforce, which is actually an envoy for Jerusalem, which would give us +1 faith return in the capital, getting us back to our Pantheon, and boom. It's just one of those things that you can keep an eye out for. You don't always need to be working God King to get your Pantheon. Getting that production card in is actually pretty useful here. Looks like someone's going for Susan Hattusa also, so I might not be able to get the first time Suze of them. I'm gonna go for mining, and I am gonna finish this campus before I go for the Temple of Artemis. Ah, good. What is going on over here? Is it a party? Are there barbarians nearby? Must be it. They just closed their borders, which is rude because I was walking here. So I'm just gonna go up north and look for goody huts, I think. I don't want to pay for their open borders right now. This builder will come up this way to the sheep. And yeah, you can see Cahokia did grow their borders, so I'm glad I got this horse tile from them first. We brought 4 population in the capital, so I'm gonna start focusing on production to get this stuff done as fast as possible. I don't need this food right now. And we got a fresh population in this city, which is great because I did have a tile ready for them. It also gives us a 19 era score. So I'm just keeping an eye out for a little bit more era score. So I need 6. So as long as I can build the Temple of Artemis and this campus, I should be okay. But getting both done will be a little bit tricky. There's a pasture online, getting our production up to 13. Looks like the Congo going for Great Bath. Pretty normal for them to start going for wonders. And there's where their coast is. This is a Pangea map, by the way. Yeah, Wilhelmina to Cahokia. And there is a natural wonder up here that is only 1 air score because the Meier already found it, but it gets us a little bit closer to our golden age. There's +3 air score for the campus, so it's actually pretty happy about getting this splendid district. We only need 2 more air score. So I'm going to build a Temple of Artemis. I could chop out this copper, but the chop here isn't really worth that much. I would rather get the production online. You start working this immediately. This is also the boost for craftsmen, so it's really important to use that builder charge effectively. Now, tech-wise, I can go for horseback riding. I'm going to need a builder down here soon, but as long as I secure this wonder, we are feeling fantastic. Dude. Dude. Rude. All right, well, in 6 turns, I'll get Early Empire, and I should be able to trade to get open borders back. There goes the Great Bath, so it was built. Not by you. Get wrecked, nerd. Go ahead. Production. 12 turns. Production focus. Now, we're feeling a little bit boxed in. There are AI all around us. So we're probably gonna be playing more of a tall game today. One, because we're surrounded. We don't have room for a ton of cities, but also because I wanna play with the audience chamber today. The audience chamber, instead of going for Ancestral Hall, which gives you free builders when you settle cities and production towards settlers, this gives you 2 amenities and 4 housing cities with governors. It does decrease your loyalty with cities without governors, but this is how you try to build a more tall game in Civ. If you can only get anywhere between 6 and 8 cities, instead of getting 10 to 12 early on, audience chamber is the way to play. These amenities will be useful to synergize with Scotland's abilities, give us housing so we can keep growing super tall cities, and you can even focus on your amenities in fewer cities instead of going wide. So it should be very, very exciting to try this today. And you can still settle past to the 6 to 8 cities eventually. You don't get the free builder, but the amenities in your core cities is what's going to matter. You can see our first impression has been reducing every turn to these civs, which is fantastic. The Aztec hate us, even though we're trading with them, but oh well. And the era is going to end in 10 turns. So I need to try to shave 1 turn off of the building of this Temple of Artemis. So I might need to chop just 1 tile, or find the air score from 2 other sources from my units. This guy being stuck is annoying. Very annoying. We could also get air score from choosing one of these city states. Oh, the boost for bronze working hasn't happened yet. We're actually very close, but getting an envoy is gonna be tough. Maybe if I grow, we get an extra turn off of this. I need to get a builder. Looks like the Meiers can be our friends, so I'm gonna secure their relationship right now. Having 1 trade partner will be useful. And given that I only have 8 turns to build this, but I only have 8 turns in the era, I'm actually gonna do a little trick here. I'm gonna go for the builder instead. Now, nerdy, you're not building the actual wonder. How is building the builder gonna be faster? Well, we do have a woods chop here, as well as access to a governor title next turn, meaning that we could get Magnus established just in time to try to chop out the wonder. We're also getting delegations from other civs that are becoming friendly with us. We have the production cards in. I can finally get open borders with these civs. I can try really hard to do this. Okay, let's go ahead and get Magnus. This will help us get the chop out. And we're gonna go for Craftsman. We also got the +1 faith from Jerusalem by building that campus earlier. So our Pantheon is coming. That will be 1 air score. I'm gonna go for a builder here to improve this city a little bit more. The Dutch also want to be friends. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab their friendship, as well as maybe a little bit of gold from open borders. And every civ that I can get open borders with, I will, to try to improve our relationship, because that will give us a +3 relationship with them. Unless they make me pay, I'm gonna hold off on that for just a little bit. Aztecs. The Congo want to be friends as well, which is fantastic because I need to secure their relationship so that they don't attack me. That would be so rough. Builder's done next turn, and we'll see. Will this pay off? Oh, there's a war. Abe is at war with the Dutch. Well, they don't like each other. But the question is, will he not like me because I'm friends with her? We'll have to see. All right, here's our builder. 2 turns for Magnus. I'm going to step and get ready to chop. Will it pay off? Will we do it? We need 1 error score. 8 turns away. Only 4 turns to do it. 1 turn on Magnus. I'm going to wait 1 extra turn. Please, somebody find error score. Someone find error score. I need it. 3 turns left. Magnus is now established. I am working this tile. How much production do we get out of this? 48 production. I need 2 chops. 2 turns for... Oh, quarries won't be online in time. And here we are, the last turn. I need 60 production. And our chop is only worth 48. Let's see. That means I won't be able to finish the Temple of Artemis this turn. But maybe somebody could find error score? No. Nobody can find error score this game. But we just got a Pantheon. That's the last error score we need. It's the last error score we need. Again, we're not going for holy sites with the River Goddess, but Divine Spark could be good to be more competitive with scientists. But since we're not going for prophets or writers, I think that's a little bit weak. What is really good? God of the Open Sky. 1 culture from pastures. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pastures in our first 2 cities. And then another 3 over here. Yeah, God of the Open Sky is absolutely fantastic. Better than God of Craftsman. I love God of Craftsman, but we only have a couple of horses nearby, and we're going to need a nice source of culture for this science game. So this feels very good. There it is. We got our golden age. 25 era score. Turned 47. Real close. And, well, might as well chop this anyways. And we'll finish it on the turn rollover for the next era. Absolutely fantastic. So happy. So happy. And here we are. The classical era begins. A golden age and the Temple of Artemis. Fantastic. Temple of Artemis does start to go around turn 50 in a lot of games. So, 2 city opener, wonder, and now it's time for us to spam a whole bunch of more cities. Masonry is completed as well. For our golden age, we're not going to go monumentality because we're not opening faith. We're also not going to go free inquiry. Free inquiry kind of requires you to open up with commercial hubs to get science off of those commercial hubs. We are going commercial hubs next, but for now, pen, brush, and voice will be really good for us because it will give us 1 culture under our campuses, as well as every other specialty district we build, including our commercial hubs. So we're probably going to go pen, brush, and voice into a free inquiry next era. So it gives us an additional 2 culture from these 2 campuses. We're getting our builders online, so we're going to go straight for colonization and start banging out these settlers that we delayed to get that wonder. Man, the start of what was probably going to be a fantastic game. Looking forward to it. Now, while I'm building this settler, we go up to currency. I'd love to boost that, so I'd love to buy a trader here soon. Now, if you ever wondered how to play an effective game of Civ, not just a science game, but any type of Civ game, you always wondered how many districts that you should be building in each of your games. In a science game, of course, you need as many campuses as possible to get as much science as possible. You kind of also want as much production as possible, so industrial zones are good. But how many do you build? Well, to start off, you can see I built 2 campuses. There's a couple of reasons why I did that. The first is if you look into the culture tree, recorded history is boosted because we built 2 campuses. There are plenty and plenty of tech and civic boosts that are based off of districts. If you build 2 campuses by the classical era, you boosted recorded history. Build 2 universities, oh look, you've boosted printing. If you build 2 commercial hubs and then put markets in them by the medieval era, you boosted guilds. If you get 4 trade routes, which means either 3 commercial hubs and the free trade route, or 2 commercial hubs and a harbor, you boosted medieval affairs. If you build those 2 harbors by the Renaissance era, you boosted cartography, which is important on your way up to industrialization, which needs 2 industrial zones by the industrial era. If you build 1 encampment, you boosted military training, and if you build an armory in that encampment, you get gunpowder, which then you can lead to getting military engineers to build forts to boost ballistics. Also, if you build 2 theater squares by the industrial era, you can boost both opera and ballet and natural history. So needless to say, the majority of districts, you should build 1 or 2 to have a well-balanced game of not only yields, but also hitting as many tech and civic boosts as you can. The other thing is district discounts. So you can see here, we built 2 campuses. Building 2 campuses will lead us into discounting a commercial hub, which we're about to unlock here. But we'll talk about more of that here in a little bit. Right now, I have +2 amenities. We also have tons of housing because of the Temple of Artemis itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and start improving these other pastures to get more culture and more amenities in the capital. And I should probably bring my slinger back home at this point and keep my warrior back home as well. The Aztecs aren't going to like us this game. They just hate when you have luxuries they don't have access to. And so I'm not even going to worry about open borders, mutual open borders with him. I'm just going to go ahead and sell mine to get a little bit of gold. And hopefully I'll be able to buy this trade route here to get an envoy in Armagh. Also to boost currency. So I'm going to improve this pasture. And now with my city happy, I don't get 10%, but 15% science and production. Getting this settler out nice and fast. I would love to get another barb kill, so if I can go scout on scout, I can still get this bronze working boost for Hattusa. Lady 6 has declared war on Montezuma. That's amazing. Also, hello. Oops. I didn't get this scout out of here. There's about to be a barb raid. Actually, Aztecs, I do need these open borders now, sir. So I'll spend the 13 gold. That was less than he paid me, so I'm okay with that. Let's get another amenity here. +4. Focus food and production again. I want to work these pastures for sure to get state workforce. as soon as possible because I want to build the government plaza. The government plaza is the single most important district in every single one of your games. Not only is it a half-cost district, means it costs half as much as your campuses and commercial hubs, but it also gives you not one, but 2 governor titles. First from building it, and then 1 from building the tier 1 building. Tier 1 building is incredibly powerful, and I see way too many players delaying that government plaza. It should be built as soon as you unlock it. It is incredibly important, because those 2 governor titles can translate into 2 promotions on Pengala, or timing provision with the finishing of your Ancestral Hall, or an Amani play. Like, there is so many things you can do with that government plaza that is incredibly important. So there's a couple things you could do with the governor title. You could go on provision with Magnus and just chop out a ton of settlers, but we have plenty of food in the city, so the population grows back real fast anyway. And we plan to go audience chamber with less cities anyway. Like, I'm gonna settle a city up here. I might be able to get a city up there, though that's a little dangerous. I'm settling a coastal city here, a coastal city there, river city there. Maybe we get a city up here, but I'm gonna have a ring of cities around my capital, and the capital is also going to be built at Government Plaza and an entertainment complex. So I want to keep Magnus here for chopping out, say, the Colosseum later, but I do want to grab Pengala and put him in our second city. This city will be our core of Great People Points because we'll be building a commercial hub as well as an industrial zone in addition to the campus. So Aberdeen will actually be a very good source of Great People from grants, as well as having amenities from the Temple of Artemis. Okay, you can maybe get 1 Temple of Artemis amenity, but it will have enough food in production when this builder gets in here, and it will give the time for the capital to build the government plaza, which will be great. So I'm gonna place my government plaza now. This city also has a huge amount of food income, and I actually keep the colonization card in for a little bit and go for military tradition, just so that I can keep the colonization card in for a couple more turns here. A barb camp has spawned right here. Okay, so this is why the warrior needs to stay close. As well as the slinger. This settler needs to go ahead and go found our 3rd city. Turn 53. So we're a little bit behind what we normally say is have 3 cities by turn 50 on deity, but that's because we went for a wonder. That's gonna slow you down a little bit. We're gonna go for political philosophy, run the urban planning card now, and my scouts are promoted, so it's time to run a little bit of discipline. We'll get our government plaza down nice and fast. Now you have a couple turns until I can buy that trade route. And here are the barbarians I want to kill. Actually, these are the barbarians I want to kill. Boosting bronze work and giving us envoys. This is actually a very nice thing that this barb camp spawned here. Little blessing in disguise barb camps can be. I'm going to tech off of irrigation because it's ready to boost. We're going to just go ahead and grab the wheel. This city will be ready to build a commercial hub here pretty soon. But in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and go for the library. This will be the Pengala city. It's going to be in charge of getting Great People Points for us. And it has some culture in these plantations, so we don't need a monument just yet. Oh, that's a lot of barbs. Government Plaza's coming down nice and quick. Yeah, we need to get out of here. Ooh, I'll attack this barbarian. Maybe we can get the bronze working kill here pretty soon. And I'll settle this city next to the floodplains. We're not building campuses. This city will build that commercial hub. We're gonna immediately go for a builder in this city. We're just gonna need tons and tons of builders, and it's time for a trade route. Get a little bit of culture in this city. 2 culture per turn. Very nice. We'll need housing soon, so getting audience chamber up will be useful. I will not settle towards the Congo again, so I'm gonna go ahead and promise that we won't, even though we might eventually, but not for now. Them being on that tile is annoying. Please get out. I could totally send envoys to city-states. This is a little dangerous though. So I could trade with the city-states for envoys, but I'd rather trade with Cahokia. That'll give us 6 gold per turn, but also it'll give us an internal trade route from our capital to Aberdeen, which would be really nice. So speaking of, actually, I'm gonna go to available trade routes and see, can we trade from Edinburgh to Cahokia? We can, and it's 6 gold per turn. So I will be moving this trade route to Edinburgh to get 1 long road all the way across our empire, and as well as 6 gold per turn. That'll be very useful for us. All right, the capital will go ahead. We got the government plaza done. So I'm gonna go straight back to settling here in 2 turns. So I'm gonna get straight on going for the settlers. I need to get up to 5 cities as soon as possible. Let's go ahead and get the connoisseur promotion on Pangala to give us an additional 4 culture per turn, giving us 17 culture, get to political philosophy a little bit faster, as well as everything else we need this game. I'm about to grow to this marble, so I want to buy that so I can sell it. So let's trade with Cahokia here. Boosting currency, unlocking it, giving us access to commercial hubs. And this is why we're going for 2 districts at a time. You notice our commercial hub is only 15 turns to build compared to 26. This is what is called the district discount mechanic. If you qualify for the district discount, the district you are trying to build will be 40% cheaper than your districts are normally. So you can see here, in setting a 97 production campus, this is a 57 production commercial hub. Even though we have more techs now than we did when we built our first campus, this 68 production campus was actually more expensive than our commercial hubs are right now. The district discount mechanic is something that I can make a full tutorial on, and actually am working on one right now. But for the meantime, there's a mechanic in the game that wants to get you to build districts that you are currently lacking in your empire. Right now, the game sees we have campuses, but it knows we need commercial hubs and theater squares and things like that. So the discount mechanic goes, the number of completed specialty districts that you have, which is 1 for Government Plaza, 2, 3 specialty districts for these campuses and Government Plaza, divided by the number of districts you currently have unlocked, which is 1, 2, 3. If you divide those two numbers, 3 districts divided by 3 districts unlocked, if that number is equal to or greater than 1, you get a discount on a new district type you are trying to build. So this commercial hub here is only 57 production. But if you want to see a full tutorial about how to utilize the district discount in your games with multiple examples, subscribe. Go ahead and go here, improve this marble, and I'll sell it away for 250 gold from our friend, the Mayans. Once this is done, this will be discounted again. So I need to chop out this commercial hub. So I'm going to buy a builder here and chop that out. Is it not? Yeah, sure, Abe. All right, they're doing work on this barb camp. So I'm glad I actually have a kill over here to get a boost for bronze working, an envoy with Hattusa, and apparently everyone to get mad at me. We have access to political philosophy, so I can change my governments now. We could go autocracy if we want to get another wonder, but we got the wonder that we wanted already. The pyramids is available, so settling over here might actually be pretty useful at some point for a quick pyramids play. But besides that, the wonders are gone. So we're gonna go straight for our favorite government type, Classical Republic, which will give us a free amenity and housing in every city with a district. So I'm going to run Charismatic Leader as well as Colonization again to speed up the production of our settlers. We can also run Anniversaries for a little bit extra gold per turn. I'm going to step here to chop out this commercial hub. Now I'm going to try to go straight for Games and Rec because internet complexes will be really useful in the capital once we get to 7 population. Another reason why I want to get my settlers done is so that I have time to go for another wonder here. Congo's here with a chariot, but we're friends, so he can't declare war on us. We're also getting horses online right now. All right, with this commercial hub, you'll notice we can actually chop it, and it's almost done already. Because it was a 40% off district, 1 chop can almost finish it, which is the best part of discounts, which is huge. Because as soon as that's done, we'll be able to discount another district over here. Tech-wise, it's time to go up to apprenticeship. Yeah, guys, okay. We refuse to trade with you. All right, Dutch. Gentle eruption right here in the middle. It's fantastic. Go ahead and get some production here to get that commercial hub done nice and fast, and we'll actually chop out that library. Actually, do you want to go for construction really quick? Getting a watermill could also be useful. I'm going to sell off 10 of my horses for a little bit of gold just to buy this tile here. I want to improve that next turn. You can see we have a bunch of roads being built as well. I'm going to wait. So we have a scientist here that gives 3 random Eurekas. It's a decent scientist, but it looks like somebody else could grab this scientist next turn. And there's a possibility that a more important scientist could come up next. We already lost Zheng He, and this is the scientist currently up, meaning there's a 50-50 chance that the next scientist is Hypatia. So I would rather pass on this to see if we can go ahead and get the better scientist. Looks like we have access to a good coastal city right here, which is again a Colosseum city. It's also a nice harbor, so we can get our 2 harbors to eventually boost cartography, get the mausoleum, get access to the sea, and help us on our way up to industrialization. There's also a nice reef here, meaning we have a nice harbor campus triangle, which could be very useful for us. This warrior is going to go ahead and stay put and wait for the city-states to do damage, and then maybe we can steal. We have 1 static city because the capital is doing phenomenal. This commercial hub is 107 production, but just you wait one more turn and this will actually be only 60 production. So instead, I'm gonna go ahead, work on the granary, because I wanna prioritize food and housing in our Pangala city. And we have plenty of culture here already. This is what I mean by balancing your stats. We have 20 science and 20 culture right now, even though this is a science game. Going for just science in every single city and completely neglecting gold return and culture means that your tech would go very, very high, but that also means your district become very expensive because the cost of your district scales with the most advanced tech or civic that you have. So if you prioritize keeping your stats balanced, getting to the better policy cards in culture, keeping your science a little bit low early on in the game, and instead focusing on currencies like gold and trade routes, food, and production, you'll hit more tech boosts as you're playing through the game, and you'll actually end up ahead of where you were if you had just focused technology, just heavy science off the start. It's a very interesting way to play the game. Looks like Hattus is very close. Very close to our first time Sues. I need to prioritize getting there, but I also need to prioritize settling these cities and claiming this land before someone else takes it. Aha! Beautiful. There's our splendid commercial hub built, +4 gold per turn in that city. Fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and improve this farm. Boosting, giving us irrigation as well as air score, flooded tile improve. And then I'm actually going to delay Games Direct by 1 turn, because you'll notice our commercial hub isn't discounted yet. But if we give 1 turn for the tech rollover to recognize, it should go from 107 production down to 60. Also, it looks like our bar buddies just waited just in time for us to clear this. 3 air score, fantastic. So I would love to settle for access to some more luxuries. There's also a fantastic campus right here, or +4. And getting more campuses and commercial hubs down should be our priority. There's also a campus commercial hub here, as well as more commercial hubs and probably an encampment in this city. I think I want to go for a city that's going to be easily boosted by Temple of Artemis right here in the center. And I want to be able to get to 7 population to place that entertainment complex. So I'm gonna get started working on our audience chamber to get those amenities from our governors. We can go ahead and get a builder and market out of Edinburgh, and we're doing fantastic. It's kind of nice to just make sure that you get your cities out before a problem happens. What happened to the Dutch? Abe, come up. Come up. That's hilarious. So these two cities are gonna be weakening each other, which is fantastic for us. And it looks like Hypatia is up. We were correct, and we should get Hypatia next turn when we are able to recruit. That is huge. Very happy about that. I would grab them right now if I had the gold, though. So let me see if I can sell this Diplo favor for some gold. And actually, he does want my marble, which would give me enough gold to buy Hypatia, but there's really no need. We're going to get her next turn. The Congo aren't going to beat us to it. It'll be fine. There we are. Here's What? Wait, Euclid. Wait, no, what happened? Congo? Oh, did Congo project? No, they beat us. Okay, no, that's lame. That is lame. No, I did the math. I am totally scumming that. I don't care. I did the math. We should have got it. I don't know. That's... He was supposed to get a scientist for like 3 turns. All right. I don't care. We're grabbing Hypatia. All right, that's gonna be a free library in the capital as well as +1 science. That's and we only have 1 scientific city state so far. Yeah, Hypatia is kind of necessary. That's so funny. That's so funny. It's single player. Whatever. We'll take it. And now he likes us too because we gave him an amenity. So it looks like they went ahead and got Euclid instead. Looks like the medieval era scientists are already up, but there we are. We boosted education. We're on our way to getting everything we need this game. We also can go ahead and get our commercial hub discount, place this right here, and build it as soon as possible. You can now go ahead and unlock games and rec. We're almost at 7 pop for an entertainment complex in Colosseum. And we have everything lining up for a beautiful, happy game of Civ6. If you learned anything new, comment it down below, or just comment down to the Goddess of Algorithms Pantheon. Remember to follow me on Twitch and subscribe for part 2. Later, nerds.